a key aspect of this government has been not big bang announcements, but a lot of small, slow changes which are visible only if you look very closely. And it's actually best present in the banking space, where we have seen a series of small announcements coming in. To take us through what can be expected in this space, Mr. G.S. Sandhu, Secretary, Department of Financial Services, is joining us. Good morning, Mr. Sandhu. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, let me start with something which is not much discussed, but which you gave us a hint when you last spoke with us. You know, you spoke about autonomy for public sector banks, and you said you all are already seriously thinking about improving the independent quality of the directors on public sector boards. Any progress on that? Or any more signs of autonomy?
Yeah, you see, this is something on which we are working on, and hopefully within the next 1 month or so, we should be able to come up with some new guidelines on this. So it will take some time.
Okay. Mr. Sandhu, good morning, and thank you as always for joining us. Can you tell us what the plan is as far as the IDBI United Bank merger is concerned? I mean, there's so many reports doing the rounds, but if you can just clarify to us, not just the IDBI United Bank merger plans, but also what are the other banks that could be in for a merger?
You see, there are no definitive plans as yet as regards mergers or consolidation. These are some of the suggestions that have been coming to us, and there is no plan has been prepared as such. We have recently asked SBI CAPS to look at these issues and examine them in terms of the feasibility, in terms of the synergy, etc., and put up a plan, a feasible plan to us. So they will take some time, and thereafter we can work on that.
Okay. Well, just to clarify only on the IDBI United Bank issue, United is, of course, badgered with more bad loans than any other bank. As well, you all have not yet appointed a chairman. So should we assume that clearly for United, the future is to merge into some big bank?
Let us see. I can't say anything definitely on this, definitive on this, but based on the feasibility, etc., that could be a candidate, but very difficult to say at this stage whether it will happen.
Okay.
Because this is just discussions which are taking place.
Okay. So
is IDBI likely to be the buyer in that case?
Well, IDBI will look at that, because the issue with them is that they don't have too many branches, and for a bank to really succeed, it should have a large number of branches spread out in the country. So they don't have that number. So they are looking at some partner or I mean something of this sort where they can have more branches. So United Bank of India, or it could be, I mean, let us see. I mean, there's a need to expand IDBI in terms of the branch network.
Okay. So although there are no definite plans at this point in time, Mr. Sandhu, in the feasibility report, what are the other banks that are under consideration for a merger?
No, there is no feasibility plan at the moment.
Okay.
We have only asked SBI CAPS to prepare a feasibility plan. Okay. There have been various suggestions in the past.
Yes.
Over the past few years, people have been talking of this bank with the other bank, I mean A with B, B with C. So, but there has been no detailed study on this in terms of the technological synergy or manpower, etc. So we look at that once we get a proper report of that.
Okay. Mr. Sandhu, to come back to what you told us, you said in a month you will come out with probably rules or guidelines or indications with respect to what aspect of autonomy for public sector banks? Only for the independent directors, only for the boards, or for the functioning of the banks itself?
Yeah, it could be the tenure of the CMD. It could be the quality of independent directors, or I mean, it could be other aspects also, but these definitely are going to be there.
Okay.
And let us see. I mean, we are working on various issues.
Okay, more qualifications for independent directors. Would it be that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Can you give us some sort of a timeline on the divestment process as well? The last time when we spoke with you, you said that in the month of August that cabinet note would be floated for the divestment talks on SBI, etc. What is the latest on that front?
Yeah, so that, as I mentioned, the roadmap is getting finalized. So hopefully next month we should be able to finalize the roadmap for that. Thereafter we will approach the cabinet, and once we get the nod, we will start working on that, and hopefully in the next 4 or 5 months time we should be able to start the process.
okay. Well, just to get back to our conversation previously, you had said that to bringing the banks under the Companies Act is a suggestion that you all have not mulled about. It's neither on or off the table. Any progress on that? Will you all proceed on that front, bringing them under the Companies Act?
No.
I mean, no.
No.
When you say no, you say no progress, or is it off the table?
No, there's no, I mean, it's not under consideration.
Okay. Well, Mr. Sandhu, what about the financial code itself? There was a mention of it in the budget, and it was said that you will once again seek approval from all the regulators. What is the update on the ministry's thinking on the financial code?
You see, that issue has to be discussed and deliberated more, and I can't divulge much on that, but it will take time.
Okay. What is the plan as far as financial inclusion is concerned? I mean, will the banks be forced to give overdrafts of 5,000 rupees on the new accounts, and what are the other issues that will be considered in the financial inclusion plan?
Yeah, you see, this is a new financial inclusion plan which has been prepared by us, and the idea is that we should cover all the households in the country. The previous financial inclusion plans, they could not succeed because the target was not households, target was the village. And last time when it was started in 2011, it was a coverage of about 74,000 villages. There are 6 lakh villages in the country. So we have to cover every village, and in every village, every household. That is the plan now. So we are preparing in that direction. And along with the basic savings account, we are going to give them a debit card, a RuPay debit card, with an inbuilt facility of accident insurance of 1 lakh rupees, for which there is no charge. And then there is an overdraft facility which will come after watching the savings and credit habits of the person. It will not happen automatically. Overdraft will come after a gap of, let us say, maybe about 6 months or so, and will be given only to those who are saving in their account and who has some history of credit, so that there is no default on that account. And so we will also be encouraging the self-help groups which are there in the villages, and Kisan credit cards. Presently the Kisan credit cards are in the form of passbooks. So those will be replaced by Kisan Rupee card. So with that Rupee card, the farmers can get it encashed at any say ATM or anywhere. I mean, that will be very give them a lot of flexibility after that.
Okay.
So that also we are going to do in this campaign.
Okay.
And the very important point here is the involvement of states and districts. So which will be, because ultimately all this will happen in the states. So involvement of the concerned state level people is very important.
Okay, so I can tell you, Mr. Sandhu, there's a major relief among the investors in banking stocks that overdraft will be given only after watching the savings behavior. That was a fear that it might reach to NPLs.
Selectively, it will be a selective overdraft.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes, it is not mandatory, it is not for everybody, it is for on a selective basis.
Fair. Thank you very much. Mr. Sandhu, the other issue that's still open is Andhra Pradesh loan waiver. We now understand that the Reserve Bank has, with its own data, found out that given the crop levels, even a rescheduling is not needed, or at least the loanees are not eligible for a rescheduling. What's the centre doing about it? This looks like a collision course.
See, that issue will be discussed at a separate forum, so I can't tell you much on that in this time.
But would you be lending your shoulder to the Reserve Bank's position?
Yeah, that is an area of concern. So we would definitely help, support the banks in this. So let us see, we have to find out a solution. And I'm sure we'll be able to find out a solution.
Okay. Mr. Sandhu, finally, we understand that you are, my colleague already asked you about the divestment. When do you expect the first divestment to happen? Will it happen, say, shortly, in a month or two? And with State Bank of India itself, will you be comfortable with 51%?
No, it will. I think it will take 4 to 5 months time. And any time after that.
All right, Mr. Sandhu. Thank you very much for sparing time for us this morning and clarifying on so many issues.
Thank you. Thank you.